Tonight, we learned the identity of the two killed in their home here in the town of Middleton. I'm Arman Rahman. More details on that straight ahead.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission has completed its investigation into missing ballots from last year's general election, what the investigation found and what lies ahead for those involved. And we're live at Concerts on the Square in downtown Madison. A look at the forecast for tonight's show, and we'll tell you who is performing. Hello, everybody. Thanks for staying with us tonight at 5. Eric is on assignment tonight at Concerts on the Square. He will join us momentarily. But we begin tonight at 5 with breaking news out of the town of Middleton regarding a double homicide investigation. Our Arman Rahman is there live tonight with an update from the Wisconsin State Patrol. Arman?
Susan, today News 3 Now has confirmed David Pabst and his wife Terry were the man and woman found dead in this home on Stonebrook Circle in the town of Middleton yesterday. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation sending out a memo to staff where David Pabst worked for almost 40 years. Now, a bit of a recap of yesterday's events. Dane County Sheriff's deputies found the two inside the home on Stonebrook Circle after a call for a welfare check early yesterday afternoon. Before they arrived, authorities say the suspect in this homicide drove away north about 2 hours before he was spotted by a Wisconsin state trooper and pulled over on U.S. Highway 14 just south of the town of Viroqua. Vernon County Sheriff's deputies closed off that portion of the highway from about 4 p.m. until just before 9. Sheriff Roy Torgerson tells me the suspect did not follow officers' demands, and they discovered he shot himself during a standoff.
So there was no exiting the vehicle. There was no commands. We're not sure when the shot was fired because of the heavy rain. Pronounced by Vernon County Coroner Betty Nye was at 6:15 p.m.
David Pabst says
driving it a big. And in the past 38 years, David Pabst had worked at the Department of Transportation, first as a state trooper himself, before eventually being promoted to Bureau of Safety Director. Here he is in an interview conducted by our Milwaukee sister station, TMJ4. And in her message to staff, WISC Secretary Christina Boardman says David served with integrity and compassion and had a deep commitment to keeping others safe. Now, the Vernon County Sheriff's tells me that he plans to release information on the suspect when the Dane County Sheriff's Office and Medical Examiner's Office officially identify the two victims, and I was told by them that that's expected to come tomorrow. For now, reporting live in the town of Middleton, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Arman, thank you. A 38-year-old man from Janesville is in police custody tonight after being arrested for a fourth offense of operating while intoxicated. Wisconsin State Patrol received a call around 3:30 this morning about a two-vehicle crash on I-90 near the Rock River Bridge. State troopers say one of the drivers was showing signs of impairment and he was then arrested. It is unclear whether there were any injuries to either driver. Madison police are investigating after a man was possibly shot in the arm downtown on the morning of the 4th of July. Officers were called to an apartment on North Bartelt Court, which is just west of the Dane County Airport, around 2 after a man reported either being shot or being hit by a firework while walking. Officers were unable to find a crime scene. City cameras are being reviewed, and the Madison Police Department's Violent Crime Unit is now investigating. Let's get a check on the weather now. Nice summer afternoon, but it looks like some storms are back in the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here. Alex?
We sure are. We're going to trade in this beautiful evening for some stormy weather over the course of the next couple days. Few storms possible Thursday afternoon and Thursday night as warm, humid air builds back into the area. Good chances for showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon going into Friday night. And that thunderstorm chance is going to continue on into Saturday. And that thunderstorm chance could bring a couple of strong storms to the area Thursday, Friday. We can't rule out a strong storm on Saturday as well, but I think the better chances for an isolated strong storm with gusty winds would be Thursday evening, overnight, going on into Friday. And as we head into Thursday, get ready for temperatures to be a little bit warmer than what we experienced today, back up into the middle 80s, and we'll be looking at that humidity starting to creep back up again into that muggy factor. That's that fuel for those showers and those thunderstorms. Coming up when I'm back in just a few minutes, we'll use Future Track to show you what those thunderstorms are going going to look like Thursday, going into Thursday night, going into Friday, going on into Saturday. But we have our friend Savannah downtown at Concerts on the Square with the nicer weather. Savannah's going to give us a glimpse at what you could expect weather-wise tonight. Savannah?
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, luckily we're getting this in without a hitch on Wednesday because we are tracking those storms like Alex just mentioned today. The rest of the evening is going to be pretty nice, 79 by 7 p.m., 74 by 9 p.m. A little humid, not too bad. Definitely not as bad as what we had just seen the last 2 weeks. With daily storm chances, it's a lot better. I know we were talking about the comfortable weather. It's not too bad. We've got the sunshine, it's making it a little warm. I think a breeze would help a little bit, but
we're getting one. We're getting that breeze that I've been looking for. It's not bad.
It was a little stiff to start out, but I think we're getting that breeze that I've been looking for, so I'm good now.
And we're starting to hear the music.
And a few people have found some nice spots in the shade down here for their blankets. The show starts at 7 o'clock tonight, and it's another special night of music.
Yes, 20th century American music, alongside soprano Angela Brown. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, she's an opera singer, but I had a little chat with the maestro a little bit ago to preview. It's really going to be a special show, a little something for everybody. If you're planning to come down here, we'll talk to him shortly about what we can expect tonight. The music starts at 7 o'clock. Still plenty of time to come down here, and a few spaces left, but it's filling up quickly. Susan?
All right, guys, have fun out there. We'll check back in a little while. Eric, thank you so much. The Wisconsin Elections Commission is finally done with its investigation into Madison's missing ballots from the November election. Last November, you may recall, 193 absentee ballots went uncounted in 3 different wards, and that prompted investigations from both the WEC and the city of Madison. Our Ellie LaLiberte has been following this story for months, and she joins us now in the studio with a breakdown of this report. Ellie?
Well, Susan, the draft report released today is 400 pages long, and it breaks down how these ballots went missing and also shows who's to blame. And unlike the city's investigation, the Election Commission chair is calling the actions of the former clerk, Mary Beth Witzel-Bale, likely illegal.
I think the failure to act is really, it's astonishing.
After nearly 6 months of investigating, Ann Jacobs, the chair of the Wisconsin Elections Commission, concludes that former Madison clerk Mary Beth Witzel-Bale not only failed to do her job, but likely broke the law.
There were so many errors that layered upon each other that it resulted in these ballots not being counted.
The report found probable cause that Witzel-Bale violated 5 election laws.
And a lot of them were simply not following the rules that we have in place to deal with ballots.
The WEC will meet next Thursday to review the investigation, but whether or not the clerk is charged with any crimes will be up to the Dane County District Attorney.
So right now, there's simply conclusions that Commissioner Millis and I drew from the evidence.
That evidence, printing poll books too early, and a failure to notify the state of missing ballots when they were discovered.
Once that happened, you would think that an immediate all-hands-on-deck review to see if there were other ballots that might not have been counted would have taken place. And none of that happened.
I reached out to the city and was denied my request for an interview, but in a statement released today, the city attorney and acting clerk Michael Haas says in part, quote, "We are currently reviewing the WEC's report and hope that it can provide lessons that we and other Wisconsin clerks can learn to prevent similar errors in the future."
Those people had a right to have their ballots be counted, and that right was taken away from them.
Now, the missing absentee ballots were not enough to sway the outcome of any race during that November election. However, the former clerk was placed on administrative leave during these investigations and ultimately resigned from her role back in April.
We will continue to follow it closely, Ellie. Thank you. And we also have a more detailed breakdown of the report on channel3000.com. Just look for Ellie's story. Today, the Madison School District is responding to what they're calling a withholding of critical funding. Superintendent Dr. Joe Gothard says the money that's being withheld could impact their after-school programs. Right now, Madison Metropolitan School District has more than $1 million in federal funds withheld from a grant. In addition to that, they're also missing out on $1.9 million from Title II, III, and IV programs. These grants impact professional development.
Public schools are being asked to do more with less year after year after year. I can't tell you how many times I've stood at a podium just like this and repeated that. Public education funding needs to be prioritized, and now is the time. Continued investment in our public schools is critical to their success and to the health of our community.
In addition to federal funds being withheld, MMSD is also dealing with the recently passed state budget that would give the district a $64 million budget shortfall for the next school year. Well, still to come tonight at 5, we're following chances of severe storms in the next few days. Alex will have an update in the first warn forecast. And we'll head back down to concerts on the square. The blankets are filling up fast. Eric Franke and Kyrian Lee are sitting down with the people who make this special tradition happen. On Wall Street today, green across the board at midweek. The Dow closed up 217.5 points. The Nasdaq is up 193, and the S&P 500 gained 38. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Let's head back downtown for a preview of tonight's concerts on the square in Madison. Eric, Kyrian, and Savannah are all live on the Capitol lawn. Guys, the summer is going by fast, too fast. It's already the third of 6 concerts for the whole summer series.
That's right, Susan. It is going fast, and we're joined by our favorite New Zealander, all due respect to Kirk Penny, the maestro Andrew Sewell, joining us once again. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Another amazing show, and we're getting a preview.
Yeah.
So if you're at home thinking about coming down, we're hearing your star artist tonight.
Yes, Angela Brown. She's a Metropolitan Opera singer. She has starred in Aida and Tosca as the main event. You can hear her singing. She's warming up those vocal cords. I was at practice last night, and I was in the room. My ears are ringing after being this close to her. So she's amazing, and we're so delighted she's come back to Madison. She sang with us at Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra last April for Bill Banfield's Primrose Symphony, and she's doing a great job.
Yes, and I know this will be a special night, just like every week has been so far. There will be music from some other Black composers, yes, which I found very beautiful here.
Yes, they're all contemporary composers. You know, we're in a 5-year recording project, so what we're trying to do is also perform some of their pieces in the summer. And oh, there we go. And then we have an October recording project when we do that.
Right.
So we'll be talking very soon. There we are. Okay, clap.
That's a really.
I was like, can you show me what you do there? Do you go like when you're conducting?
Yeah, your job might be easy with her up there tonight.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And she's so gracious, and she's going to be singing Summertime by George Gershwin. There's going to be music by Leonard Bernstein from his Fancy Free Ballet, but also 3 composers wrote their works in the last 5 years. That's Omar Thomas, Thomas Blatch, and also James Lee III, and then also other composers such as John Carter and a really young woman composer by the name of Niguro Okayu, and that's the opera that we'll be also singing tonight.
We were talking beforehand about your musicians. You have 36 core musicians. You practice on Mondays and Tuesdays, and it all comes together on a night like this.
For concert on the square we do, yes. And then in the wintertime we have 4 rehearsals over at the Capitol Theatre. But yes, we put it all together. There are musicians that come from around Minneapolis, Chicago area, even Indiana, as well as local musicians that also play in the Madison Symphony, make their livelihood here. We're very appreciative for them, and it's a great community, and we expand to 55 musicians on the square. They do a great job of tying it all together.
It is a beautiful night down here. We're ready for another week 3 already. It's going by fast.
Yes.
But this is going to be another special performance tonight. Yes. You can just feel it.
Yes, I'm wearing the yellow jersey tonight.
Another show starts at 7 o'clock. Still some space on the lawn down here at the Capitol. Another special show coming your way at 7 o'clock. Susan.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Boy, what a treat to hear a little of that opera singer. What a gift. How about that voice, Alex?
Indeed. How
Isn't
about
something?
that?
And it's a
Tremendous.
perfect night downtown.
I know. I'm slightly, Susan, a little bit envious because when we were down there, we were just dripping. But they've got a nice evening and a beautiful evening. That's the most important part, that the forecast is shaping up to be beautiful for concerts on the square. When we look at Radar 3000, this is just ground clutter, just a little bit of overemphasis of the radar here. So there's nothing going on right now in Dane County. The only shower that I can find here, and it's just a tiny one, I could have zoomed in on it, would be just south of Janesville near the Wisconsin-Illinois border. And we're not expecting any widespread showers or storms tonight, but that changes as we go into Thursday. By the time we get into Thursday afternoon, a couple showers and thunderstorms entering the southwest part of the state, south and west of Madison. Warmer and more humid air is going to try to work its way in on Thursday, going into Thursday night and into Friday. And that's where we could see a couple of scattered thunderstorms popping up across southern Wisconsin as that warm, humid air advances to the north. Notice we get a little bit more widespread, a break, and then as we get into Friday evening, especially mid to late evening hours, that cold front's going to try to work its way slowly into the area with good chances for thunderstorms along that cold front, with shower and thunderstorm chances along that cold front being widespread as we get into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. I expect a little bit of dry time on Saturday during the mid to late morning hours into the early afternoon hours, as we have plenty of festivities going on Saturday. But that weather system is out of here by the time we get into Sunday. A lot of information there. Upcoming storm chances, let's break that back down again. A couple storms Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. Best chance is going to be Friday afternoon into Friday night, and then another chance comes in Saturday afternoon. Thursday through Friday, we can't rule out a couple of strong storms west of Madison. Gusty winds would be the main threat, but we can't rule out some hail reaching that very, very borderline threshold of severe, and of course heavy rainfall. But gusty winds are the main threats, as it looks like, from any stronger storms that do pop up on Thursday going into Friday. Lows tonight, 62, a little bit of patchy fog. You probably could enjoy, if you do this, open up the window tonight, let a little bit of that fresh air in. And as we go into Thursday, temperatures again a little warmer. We will do the low to mid 80s, a little bit cooler towards the Mississippi River because you have that better chance of some clouds in that afternoon shower or that thunderstorm. Right now we got 81 in Madison, 84 in Lone Rock, 82 up in Camp Douglas, at 82 to the south in Janesville. Here in Dane County right now, we got 81s, 82s, and 83s. A picture-perfect July evening. This is absolutely normal for this time of year. And while it's just a touch on the humid side, it's not that real oppressive stuff that we were seeing just a couple of weeks ago. Planning the evening, 7 o'clock, right around 80 degrees for concerts on the square, and just a passing cloud, a little patchy fog overnight tonight as we dip down into the 60s. That storm chance ends the better of the 2 days this weekend, probably Sunday at 84 and dry. Then as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we'll keep an eye on a weather system. That's still some time out there, still some time for that weather pattern to hopefully change up so we can get yet another Concerts on the Square in next Wednesday. And a viewer photo, thanks JP. This was a thunderstorm last night. Just a quick little pop-up storm in southwest Wisconsin showing us those ominous skies, but nothing ominous at all about the forecast tonight, Susan. It's a beautiful evening. They're going to have a great time and a great show.
Oh, yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it. Alex, thank you. When we come back, a local organization that offers programming for those with Down syndrome is looking to the community to help its fundraising efforts for a new building. We'll learn about the organization and how you can help when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Gigi's Playhouse is a local organization with the goal of expanding opportunities to those with Down syndrome, and it's raising money for a new home. Jalen Banks caught up with the Playhouse about their goals and where they may be headed. Jalen?
Susan, Gigi's Playhouse has launched a capital campaign to raise money for what they hope to be their forever home. And that will be in Fitchburg. They're currently located on Madison's east side, right on Monona Drive. And they say by being located in Fitchburg, it gives them more of a centralized location for those that they serve. Gigi's Playhouse is a nearly 100% volunteer and donation-based organization that offers both therapeutic and educational programming for those with Down syndrome.
I am completely blown away and full of gratitude because when I started, we had just over 250 families. We now have over 400 families that we're serving, and this new space is going to allow us to reach even more people and serve them in even more impactful ways.
When completed, the new building will nearly double the space that they're currently in now, and their goal is to raise $4 million, and so far they've raised $2 million. Now, as for the Playhouse, they plan to break ground on the new building starting this fall with a plan of a year-long build and finally moving into their new building in the fall of 2026. Now, if you're interested in getting involved with Gigi's Playhouse or if you'd like to donate to their cause, you can find a link to this on our website on channel3000.com.
All right, Jalen, thank you. We'll get a final check of the forecast when we return.
More than 100 people are still missing after the flooding in Texas. Did the code red come too late? And our Eye on America takes us to Georgia for something lost and found. The story of a family search for a precious belonging. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And then coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more from the Vernon County Sheriff about a double homicide investigation in Dane County. That's coming up at 6. Finally, at 5, AMC Theaters is making it cheaper to go to the movies this summer. The chain already offers Discount Tuesdays for its AMC Stubs Rewards members. And starting now, the price of an adult movie ticket is half price on Wednesdays as well. In addition, the 50% discount is also offered on a small popcorn and drink. AMC has not said how long the promotion will run or if it's a permanent change. So it's Wednesday. Go tonight if you're not going on the concert on the square and see the new Jurassic Park movie. Good night for that.
Yeah, there's a couple of good movies that are out there, and a good night for it too. Yeah, if you're not going downtown.
Oh, it's so perfect outside.
It's gorgeous. I mentioned earlier, maybe open up the windows tonight, take advantage of a little bit less humidity out there, a little bit of patchy fog. We can't rule that out. But coming up at 6, Savannah will have the very latest conditions downtown at Concerts on the Square. And at 6, I will talk a little bit further out about our weather chances going all the way out into the middle of July. Can't forget about tomorrow. A chance of thunderstorms, maybe mainly Madison areas off to the west, and more about storm chances again tonight at 6.
All right, very good. We'll see you at 6, Alex. Thank you. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. You can always catch us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000 Plus. See you at 6.